Well, hello again, friends and fans. Raptor here. Welcome back to Wargame Red Dragon. Bear versus Dragon, 1979. China versus the Soviet Union. Soviet Union and Chinese tensions are both high, and it looks like there's going to be a battle between the two. Somebody's going to invade somebody, but let's see who it's going to be first. Again, when this cutscene begins, just know that the volume may be a little low just due to previous settings that I had made for in-game. But anyway, Bear versus Dragon. Difficulty medium, 1979. Looks like it's the Soviet Union, North Korea, and China. Hopefully the Chinese and North Koreans are working together. As the war between China and Vietnam escalates to a new level, the USSR starts massing troops on the Chinese border with the obvious intent to stab China in the back. Can China really wait to be crushed by the hammer and sickle, or should the dragon fight the bear while the bear's preparations are still incomplete? So I'll go ahead and hit start then, and there'll be the little cutscene as usual, and I'll see you guys on the other side. Again, if you enjoy this, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Tell a friend, and a special thanks to you all for your special support. Your likes and comments and sharing are greatly appreciated. Helps support this channel, and also Eugen Systems as well, who has made yet another gem. So shout out to you, Eugen, for making such a great game for us. Fantastic campaigns, and for all your feedback. All right, here we go.
November 3rd, 1978. Vietnam and the USSR signed a mutual defense treaty aimed at containing China's influence. December 25th, 1978. 2 months later, with Soviet support, Vietnam launches a full-scale invasion of Cambodia, China's ally. January 1st, 1979. Deng Xiaoping meets Jimmy Carter, seeking American support against Vietnam. February 15th, 1979. China terminates its 30-year-old Treaty of Friendship, Alliance, and Mutual Assistance with the USSR. February 17th, 1979. China invades Vietnam and warns the USSR not to interfere. February 1979. Nonetheless, the USSR sends warships and naval troops to Vietnamese waters and calls in mechanized troops to the Sino-Soviet border. Late February 1979. With its offensive bogged down in Vietnam, China realizes it can't afford to let the USSR get the upper hand and stab it in the back. March 2nd, 1979. Taking advantage of the absence of a main naval squadron and the incomplete buildup of Soviet forces, the PLA launches a surprise attack. Their objective: seizing and destroying the main Soviet supply base at Vladivostok.
Oh, Vladivostok is the main target there. Alright, Comrade Major, our informers are adamant the USSR is planning to attack us in a few weeks. The Politburo has therefore decided to launch a surprise offensive and capture Soviet strategic ports. You will thus attack the Soviet units as soon as possible, and you'll capture Vladivostok before the enemy can react. This will enable our North Korean allies to lend us a hand. Then you will continue eastwards to secure Kladavero without losing Vladivostok. The whole operation will have to be carried out in less than 18 days. I strongly advise you capture the nearest enemy airfields, land your aircraft there to neutralize the enemy's air superiority. Major Zhao Yan, would you have anything to add to this? Thank you, General. Major, I want to remind you that the spearhead of your offensive is an armored regiment that will have to be reorganized after a long trip. You will thus have to make a decision to attack immediately with your infantry battalions, or attack the next day with the support of your tanks. This is an important decision. Take the time to make it properly. Dismiss. Alright, so anyway, here's the map. Looks like we've got North Korea, China, and the Soviet Union here, so it's like the Triangle of Death. Ooh, looks like we've got a ship here, the Far East Naval Flotilla versus the Naval Attack Squad here, the number 2 Naval Attack Squad. Silvermini, Nanushka, and Muna are with that, and we've got just a Luda, Mosket, and Muna as well, the Tuna, aka. We've got a few units to start with here, Close Recon COI, which is Company, not Convoy as I've been calling it, and the 5th Infantry Battalion. Cohesion is down on these units, which means the higher the cohesion, the more starting points you get at the beginning of the battle. So those are the units that will need to rest, I'm guessing, after that kind of an attack. Or rather after their long journey to get up here or down here or wherever. North Korea looks like we'll be lending a hand. There's the 13th Marine Regiment and the 21st Anti-Ship Squad. Awesome. So we can use the Naval Sector Alpha in addition to aircraft that could probably come up here, and we can hit them all at once. Although I don't think enough, I don't know, with 2 silver minis, I don't think any amount of Ludas could take that on. Well, I wonder if these troops can help support land. Actually, we can embark them, so we can transform the battle group. Oh, and send them out onto the water with the ships. So, oh, Major, I must remind you that the Marines from glorious Korea can move like ships when at sea and like ground troops when on land. This should enable you to set an attack strategy and take Vladivostok in a pincer movement. Oh, and look, they're displaying here, just as my plan was kind of to push through those ships. However, it's going to take some time to do so. Understood. So my idea was, by the way, to take Lenny Kravitzville here, and you know, I mean, obviously that's the only place I can move first with my ground troops, so it's somewhat inevitable. However, I was thinking of a pincer movement here at Vladivostok, and I'm glad the game has kind of given you all the equipment and even a pat on the back for kind of, you know, going down that direction. We have 30 points to spend on naval and land forces. We have 19th Tank Regiment. I think tanks are going to be extremely important here to destroy a ton of enemy transports, and well, they have anti-tank companies, so we can deal with those with infantry if we can get close enough. But we're going to need to take both of these positions before turn 18, and obviously every time the enemy attacks, it's going to be a turn, so we're not going to want to hold all the territory on the land. Really, I'd like to go for a naval landing up here if we can, but right now we can only see certain enemy military forces, naval forces more specifically. So what I'm going to do is call out a tank regiment here. We're going to need that, and we're going to tell them to move up here. And I think we will want to have the tanks rest for a day, but the infantry can move in. It's going to be risky, but we should be able to, I don't know, take it on with some recon if we can somehow take an early game risk and lock down that point. We're going to need the extra tanks, of course, because they have tanks as well, lighter tanks, but a lot of older stuff we can beat with our numbers. So let's move up our infantry and our recon and have these units rest and refit, or R&R refit if they need to. Both of them, there's no initiative on the 19th, but there is some on the 2nd, so we'll move that in there as well. And once they're ready, actually, yeah, once they're ready, then they can just sit there as a defense. Right, so here's what we'll do. Once we capture Lenny Kravitzville, we're going to go ahead and call out another naval sector force, or another naval attack squad. We do have naval forces here, which I just kind of briefly clicked on here. We have the North Fleet Naval Attack Squad, which does give us some more Lunas, Munas, and muskets, and the East Sea Fleet, which is Korean Naval Attack Squad, which really doesn't have much in it. The Shanghai and Cheongju, which are, oh, good thing I didn't click on that and buy it. Land forces, the Long Wang Attack Force. The enemy's going to feel China's Long Wang as the 3rd Infantry Regiment, 6th Artillery Company, Anti-Air Company, Air Recon, and Anti-Tank are all in support here. Not enough points to buy them yet, but we do have People's Army Reserve of Infantry Battalion, which is just mostly 24 standard infantry and attack helicopters, which could be useful. And in terms of Air Force, the 8th Attack Squad will be very useful there with the Q-511, which I believe, yeah, has clusters, so that's going to be great against anything the Soviets have, except for here at Vladivostok, where they do have AA defenses, anti-air company there, but I don't see any others anywhere else, at least around here. So we could definitely defend Lenny Kravitzville very well. The the game is recommending to capture one of these airfields, but really we should probably capture the main objective first and use it for naval landings from North Korea before going through anything like that. So we do have a fighter squad also of F-7Bs, which are just now the PL-5. So yeah, so we'll save our extra morale points, and let's get into a mission now, shall we? So we'll go ahead and leave our naval forces where they're at and start here at Kravitzvoka. Looks like it's going to be a pretty even match. Hopefully we can beat the enemy quite easily. We'll go ahead and launch the battle then. Kind of looking over the map, and the regiment there looks like it was just a lot of motor Strelicky BTRs and a lot of ATGMs. So actually, hopefully, we can get real close to them and just hit them right away. Oh, you know what? Artillery is going to be extremely important here. That's going to be awesome. We can hit them right away. If we happen to, let's go. It looks like we can attack from 2 points here. Let's send 8 infantry to the right, 8 infantry to the left, and actually we can call out more than that. Let's call out the rest of our infantry to the left, and then recon for them on the right in the form of infantry, and then actually we could probably spend all of our points here just on this, get our troops in more of a covered area. Too bad we don't have those cluster bomb jets to start with. That would have been good. However, you know, the units are usually on the move all the time. Looks like we've called out everything we can except for 2 extra recon. We may as well call them out and keep an eye on everything. I think we're good to go. So the enemy might, I don't know, move between Delta and Charlie or try to flank somewhere on the left. So what I'll do is keep mortars here and infantry defending it, and then just kind of defend on this whole left side. Meanwhile, try to set up defenses here and see if we can lure them into any sort of an attack, and then go in and try to kill a command at Charlie or Delta wherever we can find one. Hell, we can even get close with mortars and take one out. They do have the advantage in morale points. However, it's almost double our points. However, I think we can take them if we get enough commands and or just wipe them off the map. It's going to be a slow and go map, slow and go match. We'll have to probably do a lot of walking, and I don't necessarily trust these BMPs. Basically, these ZBD 86s are just, you may as well 86 them because they're not the best, but they do have ATGMs and a good main gun, so there's that at least. So we'll get moving, set up our recon into good positions, and we'll assign our artillery a number here. Oh, I forgot these things can just cross water, of course. Ah, that's okay. There's no rush on that side especially. There's our mortars. So we'll put them over here in the back. And we'll just kind of put our troops around, spread out a little bit. Oh, it looks like we already got units ready. Oh, this is good. Oh, they're heading for the intersection. Oh, it looks like he may have seen us with that UAZ. It's going to be a little bit of a fight there if we don't get there before he does. Okay, we cut him off with our mortars. Well, let's drop off all of our troops and just get them walking. Those Malayukas can't do anything against us. Alright, they've stopped, so we'll try to target them. I thought they'd keep driving. Oh, what the hell? Looks like they're coming right for our, Oh boy. Oh no, they're going for the recon. 1000% accuracy. Wow, big hits there. It's okay if we lose our transports, so long as the infantry is alive, they'll be replaced. Let's move in on them. Just get them real close. I wonder if we could just unload infantry on this left side and cut off the intersection completely. Or on the right side, rather. There we go, we're close enough to get quick hits now. The unfortunate thing is the more morale we lose, the harder the next attack's going to be. Alright, let's move into town. We'll keep our ZBDs there since there's ATGMs everywhere. I'd rather lose the transport than the infantry at this point. Okay, our mortars are moving up. We knocked them down pretty good. We lost an okay number of I think we started at 499, so we're at 469 now. So mostly losing just transports there, which can be easily replaced. Wow, and of 12 missiles for 4 units, we are down to 1 on that one there. Just goes to show the computer loves waste. And it like, oh, it's going to throw infantry out into the middle. Motor Strelick is out. I'm going to set up a blocking position on the left. And continue and get ready for constant noise. Oh my god. Wow, we just swarmed and stormed right there. That was really impressive. Probably a good thing we didn't have our tanks here. They would have been basically useless. BTRs are coming in now. Switch spots with the recon. Almost done here. Really surprising the enemy's really adamant about pushing up quick. BTRs have been pinned down. A lot of our infantry still out in the open, kind of making its way over. We may as well bring up the rest of our transports there. Enemy's down to 50 points. Motor Strelick group's going to be 10 points for free. Down to 25. A couple more BTRs would do it. And that's it. Wow. No, we didn't even get a command. We just kind of had to bro down with them in the village there. Okay. So Maliukas are completely eliminated. Factory, I didn't even see some of these. They lost 10 infantry there. That's good for us. Close Recon and 5th Infantry did a really good job. Only losing 2 of those recon, unfortunately. And some transports as well, but no big deal there. Okay, well, let's continue on then. Take a look at what the enemy does next. Make sure our units are on R&R then. And we'll move this unit in on the next turn. I guess we'll see what the next turn has to bring. We have 5 points, so that should bring us some extra points. We'll go ahead and just see what the next turn has to bring. Computer moving in now. Well, looks like airplanes are going out to sea. Comrade Major, allow me to remind you that you have several fleets, Chinese and North Korean, at your disposal to attack the Russian Navy outside of Vladivostok. This should enable you to then land Marine troops. Oh yes, as we plan to do. However, I must warn you that 2 Silver Mini-class destroyers are defending the port. Therefore, be extremely careful when you attack and concentrate your forces by saturating them with missiles. Okay, well, that'll be coming soon. Now that we've got Lenny Kravitzville, we just got to build up outside here. And I'm hoping that, we can buy a North Fleet. So maybe we'll be able to take on those Silver Minis with a total of, let's see, 6 plus 4 Ludas. Good morale as well. So we'll go ahead and R&R these units and make our moves and see what we can do. Okay, well, anyway, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.